Hi Ruth, how's the course going? Oh, hi Mia. Yeah, great. I can't believe the first term's nearly over. I saw your girl's performance last night at the student theater. It was good. Really? Yeah. But now we have to write a report on the whole thing. An in-depth analysis. I don't know where to start. Like, I have to write about the role I played the daughter, how I developed the character. Well, what were your starting point? My grandfather was a doctor before he retired, and I just pasted on him. Okay, but how? Did you talk to him about it? He must have all sorts of stories, but he never says much about his work. Even now, he has a sort of authority though. So how did you manage to capture that? I'd, I'd visualize what he must have been like in the past, when he was sitting in his consulting room, listening to his patients. Okay, so that's what you explain in your report. Right. Then there's the issue of atmosphere. So in the first scenes, we did we needed to know how boring life was in the daughter's village in the 1950s. So when the curtain went up on the first scenes in the waiting room, there was that long silence before anyone spoke, and then people keep saying the same thing over and over. Like, cold, isn't it? Yes, and everyone wore gray and brown, and just sat in a row. Yes, all those details of the production, and I have to analyze how I functioned in the room, what I found out about myself. I know I was so frustrated at times when we couldn't agree. Yes, so did one person emerge as the leader? Sophia did. That was okay. She helped us work out exactly what to do for the protection, and that made me feel better, I suppose. When you understood what needed doing. Yes, and Sophia did some research too that were useful in developing our approach. Like what? Well, she found these articles from the 1950s about how relationships between children and their parents, or between the public and people, like bank managers or the police, were shifting. Interesting. And did you have any practical problems to overcome? Well, in the final rehearsal, everything was going fine until the last scenes. That's where the doctor's first patient appears on the stage on his own, the one in the wheelchair. Yes, and he had this really long brief speech with the stage all dark, except for one spotlight, and then that stuck somehow, so it was shining on the wrong side of the stage. But anyway, we got that fixed, thank goodness. Yes, it was fine on the night. But while we are here, Mia, I wanted to ask you about the year approach option. Would you recommend doing that? Yes, definitely. It's a fantastic chance to study in another country for a year. I think I like to do it, but it looks very competitive. There's only a limited number of places. Yes, so next year, when you are in the second year of the course, you need to work really hard in all your theater studies modules. Only students with good marks get places. You have to prove that. You know your subject really well. Right. So, how did you choose where to go? Well, I decided I wanted a program that could fit in with what I wanted to do after I graduate. So I looked for a university with emphasis on acting rather than directing, for example. It depends on you. Then, about 6 months before you go, you have to email the screen coordinator with your top three choices. I had a friend who missed the deadline and didn't get her first choice. So I do need to get her move on at the state. You'll find that certain places are very popular with everyone. I don't know, you have to write a personal statement at that stage. Yes, right. I get some of the final year students to give me some tips. Maybe see if I can read what they wrote. I think that's a very good idea. I don't mind showing you what I did and why you are abroad. Don't make the mistake I made. I got so involved I forgot about making arrangements for when I came back here for the final year. Make sure you stay in touch so they know your choices for the optional modules. You don't want to miss out doing your preferred specialisms.